Our daily habit contributes to our future. Being rich or poor is a battle we choose in the choices we make in our everyday lives. Building healthy habits is an essential step in your financial goal journey. But what if you did everything you could and nothing happened? Maybe you need to have some habit makeover. Welcome to Action versus Motivation, the place where future billionaires come to get motivated. In this video, we are going to discuss the top 15 habits that keep you poor. By the end of this video, you will have a clear view of your habits towards your finances. But before we start, make sure you click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a video from us. Without further ado, let's start. Number 15. Staying poor is a choice. Thinking of yourself as someone who will never be rich is one of the habits that is keeping you poor. Some people who have less than you have manage to get out of poverty, yet here you are complaining about the things that are not accessible for you. Yes, life is hard, and maybe it was a lot harder for you than everyone else. But what are you going to do? Drown yourself in despair or pick yourself up and start taking a leap of faith? As long as you keep going and keep learning along the way, you will end up where you want to be. At the end of the day, you don't have the power to choose where you're born, who your parents are, and the circumstances you grew up in. But at some point, you have to make a choice. You have the choice of what your life will be like and how much you're willing to work to free yourself from that situation. If you were born poor, that is not your fault. It is something beyond your capability. But if you die poor, it's on you. Number 14. Wanting instant money. People tend to get excited when we talk about fast and easy money. Of course, who wouldn't want that, right? But did you know that this kind of habit is what's keeping you poor? Progressive growth income is not for poor people. Everyone wants to hit it big in an instant and then retire. People look up to Pablo Escobar for the instant wealth he made while running his underground business. But you know, it's a lot easier to make a ton of money legally than trying to run a cartel. Teenagers with an Instagram account or YouTube channel can become multi-millionaires in this digital age. So why risk getting caught by a cop and end up in prison? Making money is a tedious process. It takes less than 10 years for a committed person to go from poverty to wealthy. However, it is still too long for some people for a particular reason. That's when they fall into the trap of instant cash schemes or multi-level marketing ploys. Be careful, folks. The choice is in your hands. Number 13. Unhealthy lifestyle. Cigarettes, alcohol, and overeating junkies are absolutely unhealthy habits for your health and your pocket. These things do not just take money out of your pocket, but they also serve as a domino effect to everything in your life. You're fat and less likely to get promoted due to the complicated heart problem. The heart problem will result in an enormous healthcare bill. In addition, you will soon have to pay for an implant if you don't fix it immediately. So let's be serious about this. Take a moment to look around you and see all the junk surrounding you. You paid for it and it's impacting your life. Number 12. Paying too much in taxes. It is mind-blowing how poor people are happy when they get a tax refund. That's money you lend to the government with no interest in it. They got your money for free. But that's not all. Poor people get taxes very differently than rich people. If you're working, the state takes out your taxes straight out of your paycheck and then you're left with the money to spend. However, if you own a business, you first get to spend how much money you want and then the state taxes are what's left. Number 11. Spending first, then hoping there's something left to save. Poor people do what rich people don't. They get money, spend it, and save whatever is left at the end. When rich people get paid, it goes directly to their savings account or invested. They focus more on increasing income through investments rather than spending it. On the other hand, the average person goes on a spending spree. This is fueled by the rise of different social media platforms. Millennials are overspending because of something they saw on social media. When you see all these celebrities going to the city of love, Paris, you start craving that as you associate it with happiness and success. This develops the fear of missing out, so people tend to spend more. But most people don't realize is how fake social media is. We are a generation where posting happy pictures for the internet is a plus, when in fact you are sad in real life. Every moment posted takes away the actual experience of happiness that accompanies it. Everything posted has become an advertisement. If it's not for other brands, it is for your own brand. Number 10. Being afraid to change and not learning to invest. If money is what you lack, the advice is to learn how money works. People assume they already understand money because they've seen it in others. However, everything you need to know about money is available for free, especially in this generation. YouTube is a free platform where you can learn more about money, and that's why you are here on our channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, you are missing out. So subscribe now if you want to know more about money. You don't have to be afraid to change. There's this abundance of technology that makes opportunities just one click away. Anyone can hop on any technology and use it for self-improvement. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you make use of technology, the higher your influence can be. So don't be scared of the new. Embrace it and you will have a reward for it. Number 9. Thinking short-term versus long-term. Stop sacrificing the future for the present when the present is not that good. The whole flex culture and this attitude of living in the moment do nothing but harm society's poor part. Fundamentally, poor people buy things that don't hold value. Worst is, poor people pay interest when they borrow money to buy something that depreciates in value over time. The average car will depreciate by 63% in the first 5 years. So not only you're losing money every year, but you're also paying interest on the money you borrowed to get it. So you're getting screwed from both ends, yet you're flexing it all over social media. Be wise. Choose long-term over short-term. Number 8. Wasting money and time. Everybody has the same number of hours a day, so how are you spending it? The difference in long-term results comes from how many hours we use to make ourselves better and wiser. If you're wondering why you're broke in your 30s, it is because you procrastinated in your 20s. So pay attention to what you're making and understand the fundamentals about earning. Earn while you sleep and while others are just dreaming. If you want to improve your financial habits, shift the slow times in your day with productivity. Do not spend too much time having a Netflix and chill. Cut too much entertainment. It will be a pain for a while, but you'll see things get better along the process. Do not waste time because wasting time is the most expensive thing. Number 7. Having only one source of income. Can you afford to have another job? I bet no. You see, for poor people, getting a job is the only way they know how to earn money. Early on, we established that having just a job will never make you become rich. There will always be a limit to the number of jobs a person can work. If you are hit by a car, you can't go to work for a few months. So, it will also be a no-income months. The math is simple. The more source of income you have, the less likely you'll become broke. Poor people only earn money while they're working. It doesn't matter how much money that side hustle brings in, as long as it keeps generating money while you're away. If you still don't know how to earn money while you sleep, you will never become rich. The moment you realize how amazing it is to work for yourself, having multiple sources of income, you'll become invincible. Number 6. Trying to keep up appearances. People will sacrifice their own future to make others like them. When you think about it, you'll realize just how foolish that sounds. Making people like you by spending too much will drown you financially. Why do you need to spend $100 on a wedding when you could invest in a business or travel with your loved ones? Why do you have to upgrade your iPhone when the old one still works? Proud people don't want to be perceived as inferior. Unfortunately, that's precisely how you end up poor in the long run, because the things that get you out of poverty are in the opposite direction. Stop living for other people and live according to your standards. Use your money wisely. Number 5. Buying things you can't afford. Spending money you don't have on what you can't afford is so lethal to your pocket. Why are you spending money you don't even have? Debt is modern-day slavery. When you borrow money to buy anything, you don't own your time until the money is repaid with interest. So the first thing you need to do is stop wanting things beyond what your money is capable of. Buy it when you can really afford it. If there's a need to ask if you can afford it, well, you don't. Nobody needs to have an internal debate with themselves when picking up chewing gum at the cashier. You just buy it because you know you can afford it. You know so well you can afford 10 to 20 pieces of those gummies. If you can't buy it twice, it's simple. You can't afford it. Borrowing money is a horrible habit that keeps the general population poor, so be cautious of lending other people your money. Number 4. Not keeping track of your money. The second money hits your account, you'll just spend it right away. Poor people complain that they don't have enough money, yet none know where their money goes. Do you think tracking your expenses is hard? But do you know what's even harder? Staying poor and not afford anything. Wake up, think about how much money you are spending unnecessarily. That money you're spending could go towards paying off your debt. Unfortunately, poor people are good at surviving with little to no money. So when they get paid, they immediately spend it out of a fear that somehow it will be taken away from them. Every person will talk about budgeting and planning, and yes, that's the way to do it. But as long as you immediately spend all the money coming into your account, how can you expect your life to become better? So here's a bit of good advice. Measure how much money you're making and track how much you're spending. It's the first step in realizing just how fragile a position you find yourself in. Number 3. Prioritizing wants over needs. We all heard this all over again. Are you thinking of considering it this time? Well, you should. Every time you buy something you don't need, you have to realize you've been marketed to. Companies and marketing people understand very clearly that poor people are pretty profitable. Broke people flexing the things they trade for their hard-earned money, and they think it's fabulous. In fact, it's just a waste of money. Poor people think that the rich wear Chanel because they are paying celebrities to wear the brand to sell more to poor people. You are being marketed to because poor people are not good with money due to bad advice. Here's a thing to remember. If it's on sale but you don't need it, it's still pricey and you shouldn't buy it. Number 2. Luck isn't a strategy. Life is a probability game. As you gamble your money, you gamble your future. The more you understand this, you'll immediately stop being poor. All rich people do every day is focus more on their efforts on improving the probability of making more money, while poor people leave this probability up to the universe. These people even put their hopes on lottery. The moment you're not writing your future, that's when you get whatever is left others are willing to throw your way. Life is about how you control it. Control yourself and your environment until the future becomes predictable. Once you have control over your life, you don't need luck, as rich people don't believe in it. You don't need luck when you work hard, because luck is for the poor. Number 1. Taking money advice from poor people. As we grow old, you've been told that the key to becoming rich is getting a high-paying job. Unfortunately, society has normalized putting hundreds of dollars worth of debt onto kids finishing university by perpetuating this old lie. Here's the truth. You won't get rich if you continue working for someone else. Also, stop taking advice from unsuccessful people. Talk to people who have different success stories that you want to own someday. Choose your circle wisely. People within your circle shapes what kind of future you'll have. Hang out with 5 broke people, then guess who will be the 6th? You need to take accountability for your own situation, because poor people blame others for their failures. Figure out a way to take a different route from the system through skills that have economic value. If all you know is how to flip burgers, you won't get very far. There are 2 ways to improve your value. Ponder in these 2 questions. What skills do you have, and how much are people willing to pay for those skills? So there you have it, the top 15 habits that will keep you poor. Do you have something to add to our list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe as always. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. See you at our next video.